this still. These two things dried up all the way, which is not that great if there's any bacteria in there, which I don't think there was, but these had bacteria in them, and they're still moist, thankfully, because there is live stuff going on there. I don't want it to dry out. So, the point of this is, yes, we're going to go ahead and move on to that thing with the red pot and the two black pots side by side. But yeah, we decided we're definitely going to do that now. Alright, now over here, last night, I got this stuff together. I had this bottom of a Chinese food container in the bottom of this, just past the first outward thing, right there, inside of there. So I remembered last time I used those, I had thin nursery pot bottoms which had 8 holes in them around, where that rim is. This time I'm going to be using frosting container lids. I'm going to go ahead and put holes in it with this bit. I could either drill it through or punch it through like I did before. With this, punch the holes same way, same bit more or less. So I also realized this gets bunched up a little with this rim on here, so I'll be taking that off. I got more seeds on my pot. There's all my stash stuff. Anyway, back to this. Oh, I ordered 2-inch net pots. But they're not going to be here until day after tomorrow at the earliest. So I realized, I was taking a look at these and realized these are 2 inches. So why not go ahead and use them? I have holes in the bottom of this one already. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And I'll use 6 slots out of each. 6 and 6. Get 12 going there. Set up the soil. Pop the seeds in paper towel. Get going. No time to wait. Well, yeah, there's time to wait. I'm just a little impatient. And I doubt I'll be sitting there taking those out of there and putting them in the new nursery pots. But who knows? Sounds like something I would do. So yeah, get that going really quick. Okay, last night we took a look at this. I decided not to drill the holes because it was getting kind of late. It's almost 5 in the morning now. Last night I got a lot done as far as cleaning my room up. I found I have a top of my dresser. So that's part of my New Year's thing, I guess, to get my room cleaned up. I moved the cabinet over here. There's this window here. I was propping my window open over there, but I shut all the storm windows and then the other day, so I opened this one so I can open the window, get some fresh air sometimes. So it's a tiny bit cooler there. I don't notice the difference, but I figured it might be a little bit cooler. So I have it over here now. The shelf that was next to it, I stuck in there, left all the stuff on it. I had about a 1/2 inch of clearance in the door frame to get it in there, so I stuck it in there. I left all the stuff on it for now. I plan on cleaning that up real good, because I don't like clutter, and that's part of what I'm doing for the next couple days, getting rid of all this clutter and getting stuff that I have packed away out. So there, they suffered some high humidity yesterday. Actually, when I was sleeping all day yesterday, it was about 26 off, and it's looking pretty okay. Yeah, still off. I have it just cracked the tiniest bit, just so it's just propped up there and won't fall back in. And these closed just a tiny bit. So I'm trying to get the numbers back to where they're supposed to be. The thing's very, very quiet now. One of these fans was making kind of a strange noise. I had to reach in with a tool and pull it toward the back into itself some to quiet it. I kind of know these things. They kind of get a little off and you push on them, you don't pull on them. So it's silent again. Tiny bit of noise taken care of. Pretty darn quiet. And I had like leaks out of the door, and yeah, you can see almost nothing now. I have just a tiny bit behind it, and a tiny bit through the frame of the wood. So a tiny bit back down there, one little dot here. Hardly anything back there. Unnoticeable. Tiny bit coming out of here. So, if I really wanted to, I could fix that. There was a lot coming out of here. So, I did try to light proof it, but I guess I was putting it here. I guess I should have been putting it here. Anyway, I'm not really worried about it. It's something I could do. Something else I could do. Now, they were slightly wilting down. And very subtly, they wilted down a tiny bit more because of the high humidity when the cabinet was on the other side of the room. I didn't have it propped just right. So, a little off. So, goal here today, I guess, is to pot these up. Over here we have the Seeds Triangle Kush. Now I'm not gonna do that yet, but I'll get this ready. So this will be my workstation here. Take care of, unpack this bucket, use that shelf in there, clean it up, put the stuff on it, keep things neat. Neatness counts as far as I'm concerned, because I don't have that much room. We'll be seeing that soon. It's Sunday night, and over here I'm ready with these. Made Swiss cheese out of them. 16 around the outside, 6 in the middle. Different sizes. Didn't do that yet. Right here, we're gonna put some water in this paper towel. I put a sprinkle of citric acid. I'll get a read on the pH meter. Six point 6.1 to 6.5. Call it 6.4, 6.5. I'm okay with that. Now, what I'm doing this time is get the paper towel wet. come off in about 15 seconds or so. And then I'll put 16, I guess, in here, stick it in there. I like to leave the baggie open just a little bit in the middle. Most people don't. I do though. So yep, get some going here. So this is what I did. I didn't really have to arrange these and roll them around very much to get like that. I just put them in a long pile in the middle this way and moved them around. It seemed to just go quickly and naturally. Didn't mess with them too much. But there was a single air pocket on top, so I used my hand and smashed it down. Got most of the air out. So that'll go in there just like that. There's that. I put it in a tray from one of the new domes just to keep that not directly on the heat mat. So I figure since I'm using this, I might as well actually have it cracked open right there a little bit. We're gonna put a thermometer in there, keep track of the temperature. I haven't plugged the mat in yet. I'll plug it in right this second. It's 11:30, so we'll call this a midnight start. Realized the water, I didn't put very much when I checked it. I put a little more, and yeah, it came out to 6.1. So I'm gonna watch the temperature and put the dome on. The dome can just manage to barely go on there and cracked open. That's how it fits with the Frisbee. That's what I'm taking. Okay, well, keep an eye on that. Plug it in and call it midnight. One thing I remembered right away is I needed something to cover it up, so stuck that on it. I didn't want the overhead light to mess with it at all. It doesn't need any light. Prefer it didn't have any. Down here, of course, we're pushing the lights way too hard on these plants, and they're starting to yellow up real fast. That's the first sign. There's no like bleaching spots or anything like that at all. Overall, pretty good for as hard as they're getting it. I'm thinking about when I pot them up, they'll be a few inches higher, 4 inches higher probably. I'm gonna want to tilt these lights just a little because they are and will be getting too much light, just a little too much. So tilt those straighter, they won't get as much, and later on tilt them back. Like I said, these are being pushed through real fast. The next round I'll take it a lot slower. Speaking of the next round, I figure I'm building the thing so the 10 watt UV, instead of just stringing it down under here, I'll probably mount it from that ledge or something and raise this up or something. I would like to mount it to where, like you are, to where from the back, so I can instead of overhead, turn it all the way sideways, so I can use this past it, so it'll be flush against the back wall, like that could be. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. Might have to raise this light to do it. I'll figure out if I can get away with that. If not, I'll just string it down under it and set it to the side somehow when I use this. I'd rather build it in. Is what I'm saying. So anyway, not bad looking, not at all. A little tiny bit droopy, but they're doing real good. Not much growth springing out of the center in here. Seems to be trapped up in there, the growth. But it's bulking up. Seems alright. Get some okay growth on that one if we can even see anything. And a tiny bit of growth on that one. This one, growing more and more, but it's still all curved down. It's not too yellow yet. Too yellow looking now. It's not too awful bad, but that one will go. Over here we have this one going out. Dump the whole thing in the bucket in here and pull out as much root as I can. I have some leftover pH water, about a half liter almost. I have 1.5 liters of evaporated tap water, all pH, and put half a liter in here and half a liter in each of these. I guess I should get going with this. Okay, so we took out the ugly plant, and beside the main taproot, which is kind of long actually, that's all we had as far as roots. That was mostly in the bottom. Here I put the soil it was in here, left it cored out, smashed it to the walls pretty good. As deep as those points are in, there's a very thin layer of soil on the bottom. Very, very thin. And I'm gonna put 1 huge teaspoon in the bottom. Loosely. There we go. So I left it cored out so I can just transplant into there. Now usually transplanting into a slightly bigger pot makes almost no sense at all, but we're doing something different here. So get this done up real fast. Still got that sitting there, it's a little dry on top, but that's okay. There was about a 1/4 inch difference in size on each side. 1/4 inch all the way around, just bigger than that was. But everything worked itself down in there pretty smoothly and just barely made it. I didn't add anything to the top or anything. So here we have the plants under a better light. They yellowed up a lot, so it is what it is. Not looking that great. Hoping we'll get some food to them. Now, the one plant that I just got rid of that I had in the nutrients under it, it didn't get hardly any nutrients. It didn't get squat. So these already have nutrients. When they were in the smaller pot, I had to steal some of the soil that I was going to use for the seedlings that already has nutrient and bacteria and stuff. So for this one, so I'll just water them, wait to feed them, leave them just like this, stick them in the dome, leave them like that for now, and do this now. Okay, 10 p.m. Monday night, and I got that set up in there with the wall. So I was keeping it for now. I just put those lights pretty much flush. Tiny bit of an angle. This one could actually go flatter. It doesn't matter. There we go. A little flatter. That's that for now. I had too much light. No big deal. Now these aren't the greatest plants. We'll see what they do. 3:30 a.m. I shouldn't be up, but I am. I've been seeing 78, 79 right here. So I hope that stays that way. Down here, I tilted the lights just now back down some. Not as far as they were, but down some. The Humidity's been sky high since I watered them. This has been open as far as it can go. Thinking about taking the dome off. Not too sure about that. Might just leave it like it is. The rest of them there. Now when I do put the seedling mat up here, I plan to put these in the middle and turn them on to simulate like a heat mat. These, they got a little yellow, well actually a lot yellow. This one back here, its growth in the middle is all whitish, bunched together and kind of white, looking not really any tan or very yellow. But these are fairly yellow. But I get what I get. If I can do better with these, I will. Okay, here we are. It's 4 p.m. Tuesday. 40 hours. Missed my 36-hour mark, but I had a sneak peek and they seem ready. Dive on in, take a look here. Now I should mention first that I was going for 80 degrees. Last time I used the heat mat inside here on top. This on top of the heat mat. The seeds right here. And the dome over top of it. So it was just this between the bag of seed and the heat mat. So I've wanted to try something a little bit different this time. Probably kept them a little more safe. A little more healthy for them. But yeah, 73 up to 77 last night. It held at 77 all night till about 1 today. So yeah, we got our results there. Go ahead and mix up the soil, get them planted. One more quick look. And they're about all popped. Just how I want them. So yeah, 36 hours, 40 hours, what's the difference, right? So yeah, more or less reached my goal there. Alright, it's 6 p.m. I got these trays done up. I mixed the dry soil, or dry cocoa perlite mix with the stuff that had nutrient and some bacteria. So I got it fairly moist again. It's a little cold, so I have it here with the UV lights on to warm it up. I don't want to put them in there cold. These have been sitting here the whole time since I checked them, just like that, with just the baggie on top and the lid on top of that. Up here, I went ahead and installed that like that. That'll just be like that when I'm using that. That'll fold flush, flat when I use that, not be in the way. I even made it so if I want, which I may do, is when I have that on, there's just enough room to put a tray on this thing with a dome. So, might do that, might not. Now, if I do that, I'll also take these and not have them down there. I'm just using them this time around for, like I said, a heat mat effect. Thinking about probably put them up here like this. It's about the only place I can figure where I can put them up there. If I want to do it up there, which I likely do, for future runs, maybe even this one, day or two with those lights on, and then move it up here close to that light. As soon as I put them in there, I'm going to turn that light on anyway. This is way more toward UVB. Yeah, I noticed its effect is a lot stronger than the two strips. It doesn't seem brighter, but its effect is more with UV. That's what you go by pretty much. My fingernails seem bright white under it. So that'll be on soon. Now these holes put in here, they're about a ½ inch deep. So I'll just toss the seeds in there and either move the soil over it, or I do have a small handful of leftover this soil that I can just spoon on top. I'll likely do that instead. So wait an hour or two and throw them in there. It's now 7 p.m. That's still sitting there. I was thinking it's a little cold in here. The humidity's staying crept up. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the fan speed down from 12 volt to 9 volt. 12, 9. No strange sounds. So we'll see where that gets us. I'll be able to check again when I plant the seeds in. Yeah, 60 is a little too cold. Those fans do seem pretty slow, but I'm sure they're moving stuff. Air, namely. Now I did factor that slowing down the fans might increase the humidity. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I might have to take the dome totally off, just while it's very wet in there. I did put a little bit extra, too much water in the bottom, but not very much to worry about. So yeah, looking at bad humidity here. Almost 8 p.m. I figure I'd take a quick look inside the cabinet here. This is still on with an unknown temperature. Again, outside the baggie under it. It's been like that for 4 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and plant them now. Like I said, I wanted to take a quick look at the temperature. Starting to rise, we'll see. It hasn't been long enough. Humidity's still way too high. Like I said, we'll see. So we'll get these planted now. There it is. That literally took me 30 seconds. I just dropped them all in there. Literally just dropped them in there. And I didn't see any, except for that one. I didn't see any with the taproot sticking straight up. They all either landed taproot down or sideways. Go ahead and give that one a poke. Just roll it a tiny bit so it's sideways. Point a tiny bit up. That's okay. Taproot will come out and curve down. I'll put the soil over it. So I gave these each a little bite of soil. So I'm gonna ½ teaspoon each, about that. Smash them down. That easy. Alright. There's just a press or two. Go in the cabinet. Put the dome on. Okay, this is how it's sitting now. We've got this piece in front of there. out of the way. The UV light, it doesn't seem as bright with the eyes. It seems on camera you don't pick up any of the pink color, you just see blue. So to the eyes it doesn't seem very bright at all. It seems dim, almost really dark actually. So here's these. They'll sit there for a couple more days. I expect these to sprout out of there real fast. They're not very deep, half-inch deep, half-inch, 3/4, something like that. They're in very small containers. Down here, I'm gonna run the middle one with the aerated water in the pots. The middle one with 2 pumps, and the 2 other ones with 1 pump each. So I need to figure out how to put another 2 more pumps in there. I probably won't try to mount it next to it. They'll probably vibrate on each other and make noise. So I'll probably end up hanging it from the shelf here somewhere. Maybe right there or something. So probably definitely, yeah, put the other wall on there, extend the height, and run 1 tube in. The vents will be up here. Run 1 tube in each hole on one of the walls up here. So the tube will go in the second wall, the vents. So I was about to build these walls here, and I gathered the dome and these pots, and realized a crucial flaw in my genius thinking here. That and those 2 things are not going to fit in there. However, I did find a solution. I don't like to give promotions and then take them away. Take away someone's graduation. So I figured out that I could just make this fit. It doesn't really fit this way. I'm gonna forego that for now. This doesn't really fit this way, but if I put another pot under there, it should fit just right. So that's what I'll do. Raise it up some. The other ones will go in there up some. I'll have the same height. So that'll work out. And now I think I should be able to put 2 of these in here. Definitely 2 of them. So plan might be whichever one of these turns out better, put it in a mesh pot also, and go ahead and make 2 of those. So for now we'll just run those 2 small ones and raise that up. Okay, I have these out already. Gonna feed them. Just a little bit of nutrient powder. This pH water, less than ½ a liter. Mix it up real good. Give it to them. Not trying to go too slow because it's already nice and moist. Very, very moist already. I'm just going around where the new soil met the old soil, more or less. And I got a clog in the bottle. Anyway, I'm gonna give these all of this. Of course, I'll give this one more, and a little bit further out. Not trying to let it collect too much at the top, but of course it does a little. I didn't give that one very much. Got about as much as the other two did. I'll hurry up and get them back in there. Like to let them drain all the way. I'll just pick them up and hold them for a couple seconds. Stick them back in the tray and put them in there. So I've had this back in here for 20 minutes and things look okay. With the dome off, that's what I want. Not 20 off. Is that cool? You're not 21, but 20. Not 22. Right. Under 20. About 20. Not much more off. Anyways, I just opened this back up because I made up this other wall here. Just stick it on there. Adding another vent, of course. It's gonna probably help with the too low humidity there. Stick the dome on it. Stick the dome on it. I know that seems like one heck of a strange thing not to go through for all this. But like I said, these are going up, so I'm still gonna need more room to grow if I'm gonna grow them in there for a while. And this isn't really sizing up quite right. I'm probably end up taking it off and wiggle on it around and whatnot, make it easier fit. There's that. I ended up putting the new wall on the bottom here because it was loosely fitting into the other one, and the fit was very tight. Had to work with it too much to fit the lid on. So this is a lot easier fit for the lid. Taking it on and off is gonna be easier. Up here we got 91% humidity, 70 degrees. This is cracked very slightly. I'm actually gonna leave that halfway open. Right away, halfway open. That's how it'll start. It's 5:30 a.m. Wednesday. It's 94 degrees, or no, 94% humidity, 75 degrees. I'm gonna want that to come down before I see anything pop up. I got down here 64 degrees and 44% humidity. Right on. I got this cracked. Right on 20 off. Just where I want it. I got lucky there. Yeah, best thing to think of is open these all the way up and check it later. I kind of want it to be about 80 humidity for when they do first spring up, 75 to 80%, and then lower it from there. Okay, it's 6:30 in the morning. I figured I'll turn these on low now. Turn them on low. Make less heat for this thing. 75 now already. And, 95% humidity. 93% humidity. Now the humidity will go down, the heat going down. And a couple hours, I'll put it up here. Turn the lights off. UV lights off. Put it up here so they can get that penetrating through the soil. Because I know that's what it's doing. That's why I'm doing it. And of course, we'll tilt this plexiglass down to hold it. I just have it like that, it's easier that way. So that'll be right up under the light. A couple hours.